Yeah. I'm not sure, Prabhuji. I think there is some program, Prabhuji, today.
Oh, some
So,
program. What program? Rath Yatra.
yeah, no home program. Some home programs are there because of the Kartik Mass starting the Mother. So, I think from this week and some of the programs start
Kartik Mad. Okay, so starting from
next week. Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
not
So,
eight, right?
yeah, even I have to go today to one of the home program. Yeah, but yeah. So I think maybe, I don't know, probably, maybe they are there or something.
Yeah, this batch kept on shrinking. I don't know what can I do. I Om Timirandhasya Jnananjana Chakshur Unmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Guruve Namaha Mukam Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yat Kirpa Tadam Bande Sri Guru Taranam Paramananda Madhvam Sri Chaitanya Ishwaram Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Bhute Srimate Bhakti Vedantu Swami Ti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gaurvani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pashat Desha Tarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Nam Sankirtan ki Jai Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki Jai Anant Koti Vaishnav ki Jai Hare Krishna. So we'll try to complete two verses today, 15 and 16. So just want to give the summary where we are so that you understand the context of the discussion that we have today. So in Isopanisad, there are 18 verses, and first three verses plus invocation prayer talks about living in harmony with God. So who can live in harmony with God? Not everybody can live with harmony. In order for one to live in harmony with God, one need to has one need to have that spiritual insight. One must have the spiritual insight, or in one sense, one must be devotee. Devotee can live in harmony with the principle of existence, principle of the material world. Right? But in order for one to be devotee, one has to understand the devotional truth. Means one needs to have the knowledge of who to worship and who not to worship, what is right, what is wrong. So that's the discussion we have from verse number 4 until verse number 14. In different way, that's what is being spoken here. One need to have the equal vision, one need to have the devotional quality. These are all the quality of a devotee. One need to know what is vidya, what is avidya, then come out of avidya and take shelter of vidya. And what is vidya? Ultimate vidya is that knowing the cause of all the causes, both both material or spiritual. Everything has a cause, and that cause is none different than Krishna himself. So then the last four prayers, we are praying for devotion, right? Now we have the vidya, we have the knowledge. What is that knowledge? Knowledge is who is Shambhuti, who is the independent Lord. Okay. And we don't want to now waste our time worshipping, worshipping Ashambhuti, one that is not fact. So far, if you put everything together out of these 14 verses, it's very clear to us that what we have to do and what we don't have to do. We know that Vidya that is presented in garb of avidya is very, very dangerous. Avidya for sure is dangerous, but Vidya also that is presented appearing to be Vidya. avidya, avidya that is presented to us in form of vidya is very dangerous. So this is what we have learned. So right after finishing this knowledge of Sambhuti, Sambhuti, Vidya, Vidya, devotee is now praying, my dear Lord, please give me opportunity to worship your personal form. So that's what this next two verses are going to talk. So we'll try to capture both the verses. It says, Hiranyamayena patrena shat asya atasya shatasya apahitam mukham. Satasya apahitam mukham. Tat tvam ushan apavirno shatya dharmaya tristaye. So Hiranya is gold. Hiranya mayena patrena. Patra is basically form, and here it's explained as dazzling golden, dazzling effulgence. And Hiranya is gold. So Hiranmayana Patrena means literally means is a patra, a pot that is made of gold. Satasya apahitam mukham. So my dear Lord, mukham means face, right? And apahita means covered. So my dear Lord, your face is covered with this Hiranya Patrena, this pot. Here it's translated as dazzling effulgence of golden, Hiranya, golden. So, my dear Lord, your original form, Satyamukham, is covered by Hiranya Patrena, dazzling effulgence. So, we know that Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan. Brahman is light. I think I need to bring that slide. Tat Twam Ushan Apavarno. So, who you are, it says Tat Twam Pushan Apavan. Pushan means the one who take care of everything, the one who maintains and sustains everything. So every living entity, Tat Twam, every creation, all the living entity that in the creation are there, they are nourished Apavarnu, Pushan Apavarnu. They are nourished by you. Satya Dharmaya Tristay. But still they are not seeing the truth. So please, Satyaya Maya Tristaye, please show the truth. Dharmaya and Satyaya, Dharmaya here refers to those personalities who are following the path of righteousness, path of dharma, the truthful person. Prabhupada translate here pure devotee. So Satyaya, Dharmaya, Dristaye. Show them your mukham, original face, which is covered by the dazzling golden effulgence. To whom? To your pure devotee. That's the translation of this verse. Devotee is praying that, my dear Lord, please show me your original form. So we'll have both of these verses to summarize together. So the in purport of this particular verse, Prabhupada mentioned few key points, and we'll just talk about uh, those those key highlights. So first one is Brahman Jyoti. We know that Brahman Jyoti is light coming out of the form of Krishna. But originally, Krishna is a Bhagwan. Krishna does say in Bhagavad Gita, right, that he is beyond all the truths that exist. And he is the Bhoktaram Yaktapsam. He is the real enjoyer and beneficiary of everything that exists. So, this three concept, Brahman, Bhagwan, and Paramatma, is the subject for one to understand. So, this Brahman is coming because of Bhagwan. Bhagwan is the real absolute truth, and from that truth, this effulgence is coming. And then that Bhagwan, to sustain and support the material universes, he takes the form of Chiyodakshay Vishnu, Gahudakshay Vishnu, and Karnodakshay Vishnu. And these personalities are known as super soul, super soul of the existence. And they are the maintainer and sustainer of these universes. So Prabhupada very much help us understand that yes, Brahman appears to be a reality, but Krishna says, Brahmano hi pratisthaham. I am the shelter of that Brahman. And when Krishna says aham, means he's talking about person. I am the basis of the impersonal Brahman. So Bhagwan is the real identity, and that's what devotee is talking about. Saying that, my dear Lord, please take this golden effulgence out of your mukha, your face, so that we can see you. So what we want to see? You see the real face of Krishna, right? And to see the real face of Krishna, one has to engage in devotional service. So one has to penetrate beyond the material elements. And we have discussed about that there are uh, 24 elements, 21 elements, 28 elements, 17 elements, 13 elements, how you present. But these are the material elements by which this material world is created. So one must cross this material existence that we have. Surapadir Binurmukte Tatparvatena Nirmalam. All designation, all material identity. It's very simple, but we have to present in a very simplistic way right now because we are now advanced devotees, advanced students of this course. So these 14 elements, 24 elements, 17 elements, however elements you call it, we have talked about it, that must be crossover. One must penetrate those material elements. So as long as living entity is in the material identity, and we saw conditioned state, right? Many times we, oh, living entity are conditioned. What is conditioning? Conditioning is nothing to contamination. What is the contamination? Soul is pure. Soul is pure. Soul has nothing to do with any relationship that exists in the material world, but still it has to go through all types of relationship, right? So that obligation that is imposed or transposed on soul, that is impurity of the soul. The soul wants to get out of that, you know, impurity, and that impurity gets removed only when we are engaged in devotional service. And then with that devotional service, Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagwan, features of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is well understood. So one thing between a sadhaka versus non-sadhaka is that person who are not very realized, they can fight with you and they will tell that our understanding is wrong. There is nothing. No, God does not have form. The absolute Lord has no form. And that Lord who does not have form, they take the form and then come. Yadaya in Dharmasya. They have their own definition. But core teaching, the Vedic teaching is that no, 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 no. That person has a form, and that form is Bhagwan form. And he takes definitely form after the form, but all of those forms are his expanded energy. Yate chamsa kala pumsas Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Okay, so it's all personal concept, and out of all of this personal concept, the Lord has his effulgence. Yes, you have a small lamp. Lamp has effulgence. Sun and sun rays, we say sun has effulgence. So why Lord does not have effulgence, right? But that effulgence, that light covers Supreme Personality of Godhead. So that's what is being, you know, uh, mentioned here. That my dear Lord, take that light out of our sight, so that we can see. But all of these forms of Supreme Personality of Godhead is object of worship. Object of worship for people who are in their different stage of God consciousness. So yogi and Gyanis, their object of worship is Brahman, Paramatma. But devotee who are the Bhakta, their object of worship is Bhagwan for. Okay. So please, I don't know how much you are following what I'm saying, but make sure that you get time to read the purport of verse number 15. Now, since 15 and 16 have similar context, we'll get into verse number 16 and then we'll have a little bit more expansion on it. It says, Pushan ikchareyam Surya Prajapataya Vayu Rashmin Shamuha Tejo Yatte Rupam Kalyan Tamam Tamam Tatte Pashyami Yasha Ashau Purushashu Aham Ashmi. Ashau is Surya. Pushan ikchareyam Surya Prajapataya. My dear Lord, this is all the, title, O maintainer, O primeval Lord, O control of the regulatory principles, O destination of the devotees, O well-wisher. So the first line has basically Pushyan Ekshare Ekarashe, Pushan Ekarashe Yama Surya Prajapatya. Prajapatya means the one who is maintainer of all the living entity, well-wisher of all the originator. Pushan means one who maintain. Surya, ultimate destination. So, O Lord, sustainer of the all living entity, your real face, Tejoyate Rupayam Kalayantamam, your real face is covered by your dazzling effulgence. So, Tejotat, Tejoyate Rupam. Tatte Pashyami, you Ashwa, kindly remove that covering, Pashyami, and let me see, let me have the darshan of your original identity. Kindly remove that covering and exhibit yourself to your devotees. Similar meaning here also. So devotee is begging, my dear Lord, please help me understand who you are. And in this context, this verse is very important. It's come from first canto, second chapter, verse number 11. Badanti tat tattva vidaz tattvam yaj jnanam advayam brahmameti paramatmeti bhagwaneti shabdete. These three forms of supreme personality of Godhead is the Vadanti Tat Tattva Vidas. Tat Tattva. Tattvas Vidas. Tattva means the one who knows the Tattva means the truth, and Vidad means the knower. So the knower of truth, right? The person who are knower of the Tattvam, they are Badanti, they are saying what they have said, that this Lord, the Supreme Lord, that absolute truth has these three features. So this verse itself says that the knower of the Veda, Tattva Vidas, the one who knows Tattva that is present in the Veda, Badanti, they are saying. What they are saying? This Lord has, this absolute truth has three form. And in this particular context, Prabhupada gives a definition of the word Bhagwan. So Bhagya means opulence, and what is somebody is calling me. Gauranga. Hari. Okay, so Bhagya means opulence, and one means the one who possesses it. So Bhagyavan is the one who possesses all the opulences, right? Prasal Muni gave that definition. That's six opulences: knowledge, strength, wealth, beauty, fame, renunciations, like that. But here you will see slightly different definition of the term Bhagwan. And this one for sure I ask in the exam. So Bha means one who sustains or who protects or maintains. Okay. And Ga means one who leads. And Va means dwelling. Living being dwells in Lord, and Lord dwells in heart of living being. So Bhagavan, sustainer or protector is Bha. Ka is leader, leader or the one who creates or the one who makes living entity act. We all are acting, right? We have some responsibility. We have some actions, right? We all are driven, right? So God refers to that that element, the one who leads, the one who makes things move. And Wa means dwelling potency. So all living entities are inside of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So combining all these concepts, the word Bhagwan carries the import of inconceivable potency of the Supreme Lord, which represents knowledge, energy, strength, opulence, power, and influence. So this another definition carries the prior definition of Bhagwan. So Bhagwan is sustainer, protector. Bhagwan is a leader or creator or everything that is existing, Char and Achar, Sat and Asat. Yamevasam agre. There was nothing, but I was there. So everything that exists, Janmadhyasya Taha, whatever that has or that has birth or that has no birth, everything that you see, it's all exists in me. So Bhagwan, sustainer, leader, and cause of all the causes, shelter of all the char and achar. So that's the definition we learn from this purport. Prabhupada very nicely gives a different understanding of what this word Bhagwan means. Katha Upanishad. This is beautiful verse that says that the Supreme Lord is not obtained by expert explanation or by vast intelligence or even by much hearing. He is obtained only by one whom he himself chooses. To such a person, he manifests his own form. So Nayam Atma Parvachena Lavhayo Na Medhaya Na Bahuna Srutena Yamevasya Purnate Tena Lavyas Tasyaisha Atma Vivurnate Tanum Swam. So Medhaya Na Bahuna Srutena. One cannot force Nayam by not being so intelligent, or by hearing the pravachana, nice sound, beautiful word, or medha, intelligence. None of these will sufficiently qualify one to receive the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Since we are praying that, my dear Lord, this effulgence is blocking us to see your original form. Please take me. Please show me your original form. That's the devotee is praying, right? So it's very important while we are praying. One need to know that who is ready to see the original form. It says tasyasya tasasya atma viburnate tanum shwam. Shwam means you. If you decide to show your original form, then one can see. Damodar month is coming, and we say that Mother Yashoda tried to capture Lord Damodar. She would keep on adding rope. She will tie again, to insert. She will again tie rope. She will try to uh, tie to insert. Our Acharya says this 2 inch shows endeavor and mercy. So endeavor part is for sure in our hand, okay? But one should not forgive that without Lord's mercy, we cannot achieve Him. Cannot we cannot see the Lord. Okay, so it's very very important that Krishna says that you have duty to perform, you have right to perform your duty, but result will come from me. I'll reward you the result. So one should know that although Shastra does say that if one has performed the devotional service very carefully, very seriously, very humbly, then it becomes their birthright. At the end of their devotional service, Krishna will show them his mercy. But still, Krishna will show them mercy. Okay. So it's not that just by devotional service only we become pride and we say that now I have performed enough devotional service, I must see the form of the Lord. No, it's Lord desire. He is obtained only by one whom he himself choose. To such a person, he manifests his tanum shwam, viburnate tanum shwam. He decides to show his form. So this is an important concept that we have to remember. And then this theory, super soul of the material creation, I think I have gone through it many times. No need to repeat. This is Chyodakshay Vishnu, Gaudakshay Vishnu, and Karnadakshay Vishnu, Gaudakshay Vishnu, and Chyodakshay Vishnu. So Karna ocean, Krishna is laying on the causal ocean, and from his breathe in, breathe out, this material manifestation comes. When you breathe out, all of these eggs that you are seeing, these eggs are coming, and these eggs are basically universes of different dimensions, different capability, different capacities, and in each of these cell, Karna Vishnu, who also known as Mahavishnu, expand himself and enters as Garbhodakshay Vishnu, and then in that particular uh, universe there is day and night, and that day and night is day and night for Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma comes out of the navel of, so this whole entire creation is given, and when Lord Brahma uses the material element that is created by Supreme Lord, using that existing element, it creates different forms and features. And then in all form that exist, again, this Gaudakshay Vishnu expands and enters as Paramatma. So this is Paramatma, form of Supreme Lord. This is Gaudakshay Vishnu form, and this is Mahavishnu form. So ultimately, everything that exists is existing due to the presence of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then I don't want to talk too much about it, but I just wanted a little bit to give you idea that so this is Golok Vrindavan. This is Goloka chart, right? This is Golok Vrindavan where Krishna resides, and his Vaibhav Shakti, opulence, when it expands, it creates this Vaikuntha planet. So Lord Madhurya Shakti is Golok Vrindavan, and Aishwarya Shakti, simplistic way to understand, is Vaikuntha. So Madhurya is Golok Vrindavan, and Aishwarya is Vaikuntha. And both of these abode are a spiritual abode, and Lord has form. In his Vaikuntha abode, he is residing as Lord Vishnu, and in his Goloka abode, he is residing as Radha and Krishna, Mahalakshmi and Vishnu, Radha and Krishna. So these are the Bhagwan form. From here, you can see that there is light all around these material universes that you see. Sorry, not the material universe, the spiritual abode and the material universe, both. There are some light. And that light is basically effulgence that is being spoken here, golden effulgence. So this effulgence is acting as a abstraction. It's obstructing the view of a living entity to see the personal form of Supreme Personality of Godhead. And then you can see this cloud is Pradhan, and then below Pradhan, right on the cloud, you can see you have a Karunakchai Vishnu, and then from the Karunakchai Vishnu, is entire universes are coming, and this bigger universe that is shown here, that's the material world. So material world has half the uh, diameter, half of the material world is filled with sweat of Lord Garva, Garva ocean. So that is the ocean on which Lord Gavadakshai Vishnu is laying down, lying down with Mother Lakshmi, and then from his navel, this Lord Brahma comes, and the stem of that lotus has 14 section. We say that uh, seven lower planetary system and seven higher planetary system. So this is the material world, and then on in the middle of that 14 planetary system, there is Bhumandala, where all of us are residing. And then below is Hellish planet, and top is heavenly planet and other planets, higher planets. And outside, you can see that there are 8 circles, and those are circle of 5 gross and 3 subtle element. And diameter of one that is before first one, previous one, is 10 times bigger. So this is a very big encapsulation that we're talking about. It's big, area, big volume. If you go into the fifth canto and study about that, your mind will start blowing. Although everything is put into the picture here, very uh, concisely, and it looks very small. Well, Loka Loka mountain is there, sun and moon is there, all of that is there. How this material universe or creation works. This is all the subject of Canto 1 and Canto 2, some part of Canto 3 also. So material, living being or living entities which are caught into this material universe, they for them is very hard. You see this covering and all of that. It's very hard to see where Lord Vishnu is and where Golok Vrindavan is. It's very difficult. We cannot very easily. It's not like that we can put our head on the top and we can say, "Oh, I can see Vaikuntha is there." No, you cannot cross these coverings that we have. But one can cross those covering. We have talked last class also. We talked that there are four types of parlaya, and the last and one of them is authentic parlaya. When living entity engage in devotional service, then they can very easily cross this covering and go whatever destination you aspire to. If you are aspiring to uh, Vaikuntha destination, then you'll go to Vaikuntha. If you are aspiring for Vrindavan destination, then you'll go back to Golok Vrindavan Dham. But living entity is here, okay? So the prayer that we are hearing from those living entity who are right here in the middle dot that you see. No, I have also means Madhurya Dham, Vaikuntha Dham, and this is the material world and higher planet and hellish planet and earth planet. So this earth planet that you are seeing here, that's the planet we are at. And from here we are saying, my dear Lord, take this, effulgence. Brahmjyoti is right here, this area here, just to give some understanding. I have drawn here. I can take this arrow out so that you can see. So Brahmjyoti is here. So living entity from here is saying that, my dear Lord, take this, effulgence out, this Brahmjyoti out, so that I can see your personal form, Madhurya Dham or Vaikuntha form. Okay, so that's the basically context of our discussion. Living entity from here, the bhakta from here is praying, my dear Lord, take this out so that I can see. Take the, all challenges and disturbances and distraction that we have in our material form so that I can become serious devotee, serious sadhaka and understand your form. So this is another picture here. I just zoomed in to make that point a little bit more clear that all of these coverings very tough. Okay, why we have to pray? This is not very easy. You cannot see through all of these coverings. The distance that we are talking about is huge, huge, huge. So you only need the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. That's what that verse was taking. Lord has to choose. Lord has to decide to give us His glance. Okay, because not only that that there is distance and we are too far away, but there are disturbances also. So distance is there and distraction is also there. And what is the distraction? That's what this slide is saying. That Lord has His Antarang Shakti, internal energy, and He has external energy, Bhairang Shakti. So this material universe that we are talking about, this universe has predominantly Lord's external energy present, which creates illusion and bewilderment and lamentation. So with all of that destruction, it's not easy for living entity to see the personal form. You know, that's why it's very, very important that we beg. Devotional service means begging, praying that, my dear Lord, please be merciful at me and help me. That's what Prabhupada said. What is the mood when we chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Can anybody tell me what is the mood? What is the mood Prabhupada said that one should have when we chant the Mahamantra?
Oh, the Lord. Keep me in the service of
Yeah, but what is the mood? What is the mood?
servant of
Servant, Prabhu.
Yeah, but what example Prabhupada gave? How a person should chant name of Krishna?
humble way.
Hmm?
Submit towards submission.
Crying of a baby.
Like a child crying out to the mother.
Yeah. So this morning I was chanting, and uh, I'm feeling, like a lot of responsibility. And there was time when I would whole day, I have harmoniums all day. I'll chant different bhajans and songs, Hare Krishna Mahamantra, reading, chanting. I will do all the time. I feel that a lot of other responsibility that I have on my head now, and I'm praying that, my dear Lord, all of this is there for sure, but please don't let me forgive you, have that strong relationship. I want to feel the connection, don't feel like that, Lord is somewhere there, I'm here, and there is no relation, attachment, pragad relationship, very consolidated sambandha. And how you develop the Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, all the time, chanting as much as possible, and not chanting just to finish our round, but chanting with hearing and with the emotion, right emotion. And what is that emotion? The emotion is that when baby is crying for mother, baby is like helplessly crying, mom, mom. You will see, a small baby when they have just taken birth, the way they cry. Prabhupada said that one should cry like that. My dear Lord, help me, help me, help me, begging, begging, begging. So that's what this verse is about. This verse is saying, we are begging, my dear Lord, please take this, all disturbances, this golden effulgence for sure. It's talking about impersonal form, but all the disturbances and distractions that we have in our life, we are begging, my dear Lord, my dear Lord, my dear Lord, please, please, all these knots that I have, that are tied up one after another, and it creating the concept of me and mine. Please, please help me. And we with our strength, that's what this verse is saying. We, with our strength cannot do that. Doesn't matter how much medha, right? Medha, intelligence we have, and how much bahuna srutena, how much, this guru, this person, that person. Oh, he is a very good person. Let me hear from. How much, hearing we are doing from different, nothing, our spiritual strength is for sure there, but we do need the mercy of the Supreme Lord. And how that mercy comes? When we cry, please, 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 when we hear the name of Krishna, tears would come from our eyes. In Bhagavatam there is discussion. Mother Devavati and Kapil, they're talking. Kapil is saying that heart is not less than a heart that is still framed. If it does not melt after hearing the name of Krishna, our heart should be softening, when you are hearing, hey, somebody is saying name of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada's, chanting when you hear carefully, your heart will melt. You'll feel like to cry. Prabhupada, with a lot of devotion. So when somebody chanting name of Krishna with devotion and the relationship is there, you'll feel that yes, I'm captured, with this material name, fame, designation, this, that, all of that is there. But the main thing is Lord, that relationship. Sambandha is very important. And then once Sambandha is there, then dependency will come and then you'll cry out that my dear Lord, please help. So this is what is the context of this uh, discussion. Devotees are praying that my dear Lord, Hiranya Mayena Patrena, your uh, mukham, your face is covered ahitam by this golden effulgence. I understand that whatever I have right now, however I am being maintained and sustained, Pushan Pavirnu, this is because of you. But kindly Shatya Dharmaya Drishtaye. Oh my dear Lord, please show me your original form. So this is what it see how nicely this beautiful, right? If you put all of this verse together, it makes very beautiful sense that we have come to that stage where we are praying, my dear Lord, now show me your face. And what is that face? Golok University. Prabhupada cited, that two armed forms of Krishna, the original forms of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, my dear Lord, please show me that form. Okay, is it clear so far, devotees? Are you all with me? Making sense of whatever we have discussed so far? I'll go back to this slide. Is it clear so far? Is it making sense? The flow and everything else? Please tell yes or no.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Yes, Prabhu.
As you would have studied, Isopanisad by yourself also. But doing this course, when everything is put together, you can see the flow. So one thing that I try to do, whatever course I teach, I try to give a connection, flow. Okay, why these things are? It's not randomly put. It took time for me. When I myself was studying these things, I could not understand why suddenly here, why suddenly here. Then you have to give a lot of time, systematically study the Shastra. Then you would be able to see the connections. Okay, this connection doesn't come randomly if you study scripture. If you thoroughly study, then you would be able to see. It takes multiple thought process to put things together. Somebody cannot also force to see this consistency and coherency. So you have to, pray, and you have to be very careful and very carefully study Shastra in the mood of servants of the servants. Don't think that you know everything, and that never the mood. Anything that we hear with the same hunger, same thrust, that this is going to save me. Right mood, right? Krishna is Bhagagrahi Janardhan. Transformation of our consciousness. When we are talking about that transformation, what we're talking about? Changing, material form has to transform into a spiritual form, and we should be able to see. So I would like to have some discussions. That's why I have this slide here, so that you all can see the connection, how it flows from top to down. We finished verse 15 and 16. We have only two verses left, 17, 18. Once these two verses are done, then we are uh, asking you to give your presentation. So whoever is finishing this course, please work on your presentation now. We have only 2 weeks left, and then we are giving presentation and exam and done. So I would like to hear, okay? I would like to have some discussions on these two verses. Please don't keep yourself quiet. Say something. What you understand? Did you like the discussion? Is something that confused you, or everything is clear? Let's talk about it. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, the last pranam all goes to Prabhupada.
Hare
So
Krishna.
what I grasp from this discussion, Prabhuji, is that the Krishna's face is covered by the effulgence, that is the Brahman effulgence. So, but Krishna has the beautiful face, but it is covered. So the devotee here, as a devotee, should be praying that please remove that covering so that we can see the Krishna's place. And Prabhupada many times says that, these impersonalists, they are the ones who are interested in this Brahman effulgence, and they wanted to merge into that Brahman effulgence. That is their goal. But as a devotees, we never aspire for that. And as well as for that Brahman effulgence, Krishna, as you quoted the verse from the 14th chapter, last verse, Brahmanopi Pratistaham Amritas Vyavesya Sukha Saitantikasya, if I remember correctly. So that in that verse, Krishna clearly says that I am the basis of that Brahman effulgence. So so that way he is the source, he is the basis for that. That is the Krishna's declaration from the Bhagavad Gita. So having said that, as a devotee, one should be praying to the Lord for his mercy, as Bhakti Amama Bijanati. Then we can that way only we can understand him. Otherwise, it is very difficult to understand Krishna. Those are the couple of points I grasped from this question from
Nice,
Hare Krishna.
nice, nice. Very good. Very good realization. Good points. Thank you, Prabhu. Anybody would like to share anything that you learn and any realization that you have? Any questions you have also? That's also fine. Yes, Satyanarayana Prabhu, anything? Please, when I say anything, you should keep on talking about it. Please talk about it. There are a lot of things that
Yes,
you have.
Prabhuji. So
I cannot hear your mic. Your sound is breaking, Prabhu. Your audio is breaking.
yeah, Prabhuji, because I'm driving right now, so
Okay.
I have to drive for a home program. Can you hear me now, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
So
Oh, I cannot hear you. Okay, somebody else can talk.
So, Prabhu, in this today's session, we talked about the Lord,
Yeah.
and then mainly what is the nice explanation of each letter of Bhagavan, Bhagava,
Yeah.
and uh, and we are praying. Yeah, definitely, Lord is covered with Maya. Right? So we need to. We are praying for him, praying to show his face, his origin.
Mm,
That is the thing. And also just I mean those are the main points I got from this today's session, Prabhu.
yeah.
How to pray. Of course we need to pray like a how child is cried for mother. In that praying mode we need to pray to show his real form, always, like as we discussed the Damodar example. Definitely our endeavor is always be there. Of course, first of all starts with endeavor, always be there, but the mercy need to be added, then only we will get that thing. And also we discussed about the what is Brahma Jyoti, Brahman, Bhagavan, and Paramatma.
Yeah.
And
Thank you.
yeah, just I'm trying to relate all these topics, Prabhu, in this
Yeah.
Isopanisad. So current, so in first chapter, first we discussed uh, how one person has to live.
Yeah.
Means how just to accept our quota and only living in the spirit of Ishvara. And then we had discussed about the qualities. Means suppose definitely Lord is inconceivable, and that's where one how one should be to get that to have that inconceivable form. Later,
Yes.
discussed about Vidya, and then Sambhuti. Sambhuti means darkness, means woe. First of all, we need to know what is Vidya and what is Avidya and what is Sambhuti and Asambhuti and what we need to go for. Then
Right.
we came up for the Bhagavan form and original form. Of course, these entire last things is connecting to our second chapter, right? Prabhu, means first we discussed how the vision would be and maybe how to get that vision. Means
Yes.
is that way to understand, right, Prabhu?
Yes. So first 4 verses is talking that we need to have, we need to be devotee. That's what it says. That's what it says basically in concise way. That if we are not being devotee, then we are killer of our soul. That's what it says. Okay. But in order for one to be devotee, one need to have the right spiritual vision, right understanding. Okay. Who is devotee, who is not devotee? If you don't have the right understanding, then you cannot be devotee. Okay. So what is that spiritual vision? That you have to come devotion. Devotion should lead to this point where you are able to see all living entity as part and parcel of Supreme Personality of Godhead. Okay, that's the spiritual vision. Okay, so to develop that spiritual vision, now who you have to reach to? For you know, you start reaching out to people. You have to know what is right way, who is the right person, who is the wrong person. If you worship demigods or other, you know, forefathers and other personality, then it's avidya. Okay, rather we have to have the right knowledge. And what is right knowledge? Reaching out to the Supreme Lord in his eternal form, original form. Lord has a form. So reaching out to that person. That's what the last verses are. Is praying to my dear Lord, I would like to worship. I would like to see your original form. So that's how it flows. First, bhakti. In order for you to become a devotee, you need a right vision, and right vision develops when you have the understanding of what is vidya, what is to be known, and what is not to be known. Okay, what is to be known is the personal feature of the Supreme Lord. What is not to be known is impersonal form or demigods or forefathers. So all of that has to be avoided. So once you know that, okay, I have to know the Sambhuti form, the personal form of Supreme Personality of Godhead, then you are praying. My dear Lord, at this point, I know now that my goal is to be devotee of your Lordship, Krishna, or in Krishna's form. So now you are praying, my dear Lord, please, take this effulgence out, this asambhuti that you have, this avidya that you have. Please take that avidya out and let me have the sufficient, information about you as a person. And that's what, you know, we're just talking about. That I would like to worship your Bhagwan form, not the Brahman form. So you said things correctly. I just wanted to repeat it so that you can see the flow of those verses put into order. Okay, what is next? Who is next?
Hare Krishna
Anybody?
Prabhu.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna Prabhu. So, I mean, we are always in illusion, and that is the big problem with us. Is we are always in illusion, and so in order to get out of the illusion, we have to constantly be in the touch of scriptures like Upanishads or uh, like listen to the pastimes of the Lord, and that will help us remove the illusion. Is there? I mean, I'm thinking like yesterday or today. Today is the disappearance day of Raghunath Das Goswami, and the way he was living with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Puri, hardly eating anything, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu really appreciated the way he was living. Uh,
Yeah. Runada Swami was son of a very rich man,
Very rich man, and he refused
extremely rich.
even. Yeah.
Yes, Prabhu, continue.
Yeah, so I mean, it's very inspiring. I mean, we are always after filling our belly, but he was, so much
Ah,
engrossed in Krishna consciousness that he
yeah,
didn't care about that.
yep. And living
Prabhu
in,
is the stage where people already got into the higher stage and then only, right? It is not at all easy to, because not at all easy to come out of those bodily things. At least, okay, suppose if it should come automatically, right, Prabhu?
yeah,
It's and
no, it's not.
that stage already in a higher stage where from
Yeah,
there people can be there like that.
right. That's why, we call it spiritual advancement. A spiritual advancement means person degree of understand, degree of advancements toward understanding the super self and self. That's the real advancement. How one is close to understanding who the Lord is, how one is connected with the Lord. That's the advancement, not anything else. Not the power, not the prestige, not the position, nothing. One may be very ordinarily living a life, but he will be very advanced. So, advancement means knowing Krishna, which means the contamination of the material world that we have, subduing that. And one of the example is that we always talk the concept of yukt vairagya, you know, balancing the utility of everything that we have and trying to utilize in service of Krishna. So you said it's not possible quickly. It's right. That's right. It's not, we cannot unnecessarily or immaturely say that I have advanced. Okay. How to advance? The advancement happens slowly, 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 slowly. As we progress on the path of bhakti, we advance. And if you are really serious about your advancement in Krishna consciousness, really serious about knowing the God, then you have to dedicate. You have to have a defined routine. You have to go to sadhu. You have to cultivate the right mood. You have to do devotional service in the mood of servants of the servants. Attend Mangalarti, chant name of Krishna very seriously, read Bhagavatam. So those are the means by which slowly and slowly, slowly and slowly our doubt gets completely removed and firm faith, bhakti, the bhakti will be nastiki, bhavat bhakti haituki. The real unconditional devotion for Supreme Personality of Godhead is situated in the heart. But it's difficult. There is a process. There
Yeah.
is a process. So if you don't engage in the process and this say it's difficult, that means we have the medicine. We know that this medicine will cure, but I'm not eating it. So your disease will not go. So our goal is that we get rid of the disease. We know the medicine. So let's take the medicine. And medicine is that we do engage in bhakti, false ego, false pride. I'm this, I'm that. This person is this person is that. These are all basically, trying to find a side way and not dealing with the real problem. The real problem will be removed or will be answered when we take the right medicine. So it's tough. Yeah. Today in the morning also we are discussing in the Bhagavatam, one Mataji from Bengal. She was saying that Prabhu, it's very difficult to cut the knot. Yes, it's very, very difficult to cut the knot of the material existence that we have. But once proper knowledge comes, you know, then with that knowledge, detachment develop. Janatu vasi vairagyam, ganam chahitukim. And with that, unconditional love for Krishna comes. So there is, order. Knowledge has to come. And with that knowledge, we are engaged in devotional service. With that devotional service, detachment will develop. You will detach, you'll be detached. Name, fame, glory, form, this temple, my temple, this person, that person, my person, not my person. All of that is Hridayal Valyam, it's weakness of heart. You will see that will come later. So yes, it's difficult, Mataji. At the same time, bhakti is the solution. The more severely and more seriously we take the process of path of bhakti, the quickly we'll purify ourselves. Like this devotee saying that I'm Prabhu driving, going to home program. Why sadhu sangha? Sadhu sangha, sarva shastra. So more we take the shelter of sadhus, quickly we'll remove the illusion. Anything else anybody has? Somya Mataji, do you have something? Where are you?
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
You have something? Are you in temple right now? Where are you?
No, I'm at home.
Okay. So what do you like to talk about this one? The discussion that we had today.
Okay, so we as living entities are part and parcel of the Lord, but
Got
we
it?
are, this is like the Vidya, but we are covered with like a Vidya that we want to like go away from Him and enjoy separately. and that is like we develop hatred, envy, jealousy towards other people, and we are not like happy when someone succeeds in their life, and we want to have like more and more, forgetting that whatever we get today is like part of our karma, or like what is like destined. And we also like run behind beautiful things, or like material things, because we don't know how beautiful the Lord is. Once like we see the Lord, then we don't have the desire to like see anything else. But that is too difficult, because material world covered by like so many elements, and also Lord is covered by Brahma Jyoti. So unless we have the mood that um or we have the desire to see the Lord or serve him and go back to him, there is no way we can come out of this material world.
Mm, yeah, we need to have the strong desire to engage in process of bhakti, and that desire gets strengthened or stronger
Mm.
by sadhu, devotee. Very important. Devotees are very important. Devotee can give the faith that's going to be formed. Formed faith will come from devotee, especially those devotees who are practicing and pure in their consciousness. For example, Prabhupada. Millions and millions of people right now all over the globe, they are Krishna conscious because of Prabhupada. So one pure devotee can make millions and millions of pure devotees. Anything anybody has to share before we adjourn? So who else is preparing for their presentation? So Mataji, are you going to give the presentation?
I will like prefer doing homework first and writing the examinations, and then I'll prepare for the presentation too.
Okay. So here is the thing. If you have
Mm.
to give the presentation, it's better you give it, in the group, because I cannot have a separate presentation.
Okay.
So I know you have done most of this stuff, and I think you should give the presentation.
Okay.
And then Mananath Prabhu, Manohar Prabhu is going to give the presentation, right, Manohar Prabhu? And I also believe Sadhujanand Prabhu will give
Yes,
the
Prabhu.
presentation. Santa Mataji, you are also ready to give the presentation?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay, and then Bimala Mataji, right? Satyanarayana Prabhu and Brinda Sundari Mataji, I think both of you can give after Bhagavad Gita study. You still have to go through Bhagavad Gita. The other 6 devotees, I believe, they are they can give their presentation. So please work on your presentation, PowerPoint, half an hour, 20 minutes you have to talk. And after your presentation, devotee will ask you questions. I'll ask you questions. What do you mean by this? What do you mean by that? And you should be able to answer that. So it's time for you to start working on your presentation. And then I'll ask, one day some feedback that how did you like this entire time? I understand that it took some time, but did I deliver the message as expected, or you felt that okay, I should have, maybe heard more and you did not share as much as I expected? Those type of things. So if there is any topic anywhere, you can give the exam, you can get the certificate, but if there is anything anywhere that you are curious to, Prabhu, we heard about it, but the concept was not clear, I would be happy to go back and help you there. But let's get, some of you certificate who are waiting to get the Brahmin initiation. I think this month will be the last month for many of you. Maybe like mid November we are done. So that's the plan. Okay, Prabhu's Mataji's, Hare Krishna, Vansh Kalpataru Vyasa Kripa Sindhu Vyasa, Patitanam Pavaneve Vaishnava Namo Namo Anantavati Vaishnavin Ki Jai, Samal Bhaktavind Ki Jai. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Hare Bol. See you all.
Hare
Dandavad.
Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
So we'll
Krishna.
keep the
Hare
11
Krishna, Prabhu
o'clock. This
Dhanavad.
is working. 11 o'clock is working for most of you, sounds like. So we'll keep the 11 o'clock. We have 8 devotees on the call. So this is the time we'll keep it. Vimla Mataji, is it okay?
So can we discuss the exam date also? So many.
Yeah, Mataji. Yeah. So we have 2 more weeks for this Isopanisad to get finished. And then after that, you can give exam. So maybe 1 week, 2 weeks for 2 verses, and 1 week for recap, 3 weeks. So If you look at the calendar, whatever is the fourth week and onward, we can give the class, we can give the exam, Mataji.
Yeah, I think that sounds good, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Mataji, we can give the exam,
Very good. Yeah.
right?
I will post some after 3 weeks. I will post 2 dates soon.
Yeah, whatever date works with everybody, Mataji, we can have that date as the exam date. We all can decide. So you can, if you like, you can just post the message, Mataji, and see if devotee would be willing to pick up one of those dates.
So after,
Like you,
after exam, we have to give presentation or
no presentation. Presentation and exam can. So exam, here is the thing. That's good. Thank you for asking. So here is my plan. This is how we have done. Once the course is over, so 2 weeks for 2 verses and 1 week for recap, 3 weeks. Fourth week, we can have presentation. From fourth week, we can start having presentation. Now, presentation will go in parallel. So we can start presentation. And if it's decided, okay, fifth or sixth week from now, you want to have the exam. So that week we'll have the exam. Otherwise, before and after there will be presentation. That's how we do. Is it clear, Mataji?
yeah.
Huh?
I will.
Yeah. So like fifth or sixth week, you decide that, okay, I want to have the exam. So that week will have no presentation. Otherwise, if you are not deciding the week for your exam, we'll get into the presentation and we'll keep on going.
Yes. Yeah.
So after 3 weeks, the fourth week, we have to basically have the presentation. Somebody who is ready to give the presentation should give. Or if you want to give a roster, maybe start, with one of the devotee and give the roster. But first, let's find out the date. Once we have the date for the exam, then the presentation, we can put them in the slot.
Yes.
That's how we have done. That's how I did the first batch. And that's how I would like to do this batch also, if it's okay with everybody.
Yes. In the group, devotees will pick the exam date, and I will also post the roster so that they can choose whatever day they want to give.
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Yes, Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Hare Krishna. So hope things are clear to everybody. How we are going to do it. Is it clear?
Yes, bro.
Okay, thank you.
So
So
as I understand, what you're saying is 2 weeks more of class by you,
2 weeks
one week
more
of
of a class and 1 week recap, 3 weeks. After
re,
3 weeks,
three.
the fourth week you
Yeah.
can give exam, or fourth week you can have the presentation. Fifth week we can
Okay.
have the exam or have the presentation. So if you
Okay.
decide that, okay, fifth week I want to have the exam, then that day
Okay.
no presentation. Sixth and seventh week we'll have the presentation until all 6 devotees are done. That's the plan. So date you can
Okay.
choose, and after on that particular date, nothing, just the exam. Presentation will happen before,
Okay.
it will happen after.
Uh, yeah, I'm thinking of traveling to India in November, so I thought maybe we can have exam before or
Yeah,
after.
so you can get the date and everything else. I was also planning
Yeah.
to go, but I canceled my trip because I have a lot of things going on. But yes, Prabhu, we can do that. We can decide.
Yeah, I think for me also like fourth week, if we are able to give the exam, that would be good,
Yeah,
Prabhu.
yeah. So let's find out the date. Mataji will send the message and respond to it, and then we can go from there. I'm fine. Whichever date works with you, I have no problem. I'm good with it.
Thank you. Thank you,
Hare
Prabhuji.
Krishna. Vanch kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhuvya vasa patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavyo namo namaha. Anant koti vaishnavin ki jai. Samal bhakti ki jai. Thank you so much, Hare Krishna.
Jai, Jai. Thank
Hari
you,
Hari.
Prabhuji.